Hey y'all, it's Shanna. I have felt compelled to do this video today, and I've tried to do it like 3 times and have yet to be able to do this well, so hopefully this will be the final time. But yesterday was Mother's Day, and I had a fantastic Mother's Day with my children, and I hope those of you that have children did too. But I wanted to address that a little bit. I have a lot of friends on my social media pages and my Facebook pages, and for those of you that don't know, that is one of my jobs. I do social media content management for some companies and for myself. So I do a lot of work on social media. So while I'm typing, as my child says, all I do is type, I'm actually working. So that's a whole other story. But I saw a lot of my friends that are not mothers post on Facebook about how hard it is on Mother's Day for them because they hurt because they want to have a child. And I just wanted to take a minute and tell them I understand, and that I've been there. I do have 2 children now, but I did struggle with infertility when I was married in 2004. Found out pretty quickly after we got married that I have a condition called polycystic ovarian syndrome, and that made it difficult for me to conceive. And actually, the very first doctor that told me that I had PCOS said, literally walked to the room, said, well, you have polycystic ovarian syndrome. You're never gonna have babies. And walked out and left me by myself in a exam room, and it was devastating. So me being the control freak redhead that I am, I left that office and I found me a specialist and worked it out with them and did all the diagnosis that we had to do and figured out what was, what we needed to do to rectify the situation. And I have 2 babies within, I think they're more than 3 years of each other. So, and they're both Clomid babies. So I know what it's like though to want that baby so badly, and to see your friends get pregnant, or people that aren't your friends, you find out they're having a baby, and it just really is like a knife to your soul. But I want to offer y'all a little bit of perspective on that. I'm not going to tell you all those cliche things that, relax, it'll happen, because there's nothing that'll make you want to jack somebody up faster when you're in that situation. Then somebody says, oh, just calm down, it'll happen, God's time. Those are all things that, unfortunately, there's some truth to them, but when you're in that, that's not what you want to hear. You really just don't want to hear anything, because it's that especially for a woman that just wants a baby, that desire to have a child is something you can't explain unless you have felt it. So, but I want to offer those of you that are struggling right now some perspective from my side. So I'm a single mom with 2 children, and I don't have a husband. So when you're sharing that you're on date night, or your husband was so sweet to you today because he cooked dinner for you, he took you on a surprise date, he's, doing all these other surprises, or helping you clean the house, or y'all went antiquing or yard sailing or to the football game or whatever. I don't have that. So when I see that, part of me is like, I want that again. I want that relationship again, but I don't have it. And that's hard to find too. I'm telling you what, finding a decent husband is about as hard as having a baby sometimes. At least there's medical help when you're trying to get pregnant. There's no medical help to try to find a husband, I can guarantee you that. So that's a little humor thrown in there, because they're different, but I get it. So what I want to tell you is that we both have something that the other wants. Like you want to be a mom, and it's awesome, and I want you to be a mom. God, I want you to be a mom. But I want to have that relationship again. I want to be at home with a husband watching Netflix and, be just doing stuff like that, which I don't have anymore. So remember that while you're sad on Mother's Day because it's Mother's Day, maybe I'm sad every single Friday night you're on a date. I'm not, because I have perspective. There's one thing that I have, and I'm not saying you don't have perspective. I just, the last 4 years since I've been single, on 5 now, whatever it's been, a single parent, perspective has saved me. If I wasn't able to step back and look at these situations that I'm in and understand that while my day is bad or my situation is unreal, somebody has it worse. Doesn't mean I'm not entitled to be sad or upset or disappointed or mad. I have every right to be all of those, and I will be. But as I'm working through that feeling and that situation, at some point that perspective clicks in for me and says, you know what, Shanna, it'll be all right. You're not dead. That's number one. You may not have a husband. You may have a struggle. You may not have your mama nearby, because my parents aren't nearby either. But you have a lot of wonderful people in your life and wonderful things, and you just have to roll with it. So I tell everybody a lot of times my strongest strength probably is my ability to just shake it off and keep going. So I've had to do that. So those of you that were struggling yesterday on Mother's Day because you want a baby, I understand that, and by all means feel that pain, because it is a pain. It is bad pain. But know that there's people that want what you have too. So enjoy that. Enjoy what you have that I want, and I'm going to enjoy my children, and you want the babies, and it's just the way life works out. But I just wanted to offer you that side of that little information from the single mom's perspective. And then speaking of single moms, I'd like to talk to the single moms for a second too. I saw several single moms that I know talking about how they hate Mother's Day because there's no dad at their house to lead the festivities. I guess I didn't grow up in a house where we had festivities of such nature, but my daddy he's a good daddy. So he's a very good daddy. But you have to know that you have friends that are married and they have children, and on Mother's Day, their husband is as big of a jackass that day as he is any other day. Having a husband at home doesn't ensure that you have a spectacular Mother's Day. It's up to you. I mean, yesterday I took my children, and my girlfriend, her husband is out of town, so we took mine and her 4, so we had 6 kids all together, piled them up, took them to Jacksonville to the zoo, and then after the zoo we were even crazier and took them to the beach, which stresses me the heck out because seeing my kids in the water makes me, like, I'm a hover mom, won't even lie to y'all. I am on top of my children 24/7, and so there they were in the water, and it was making me want to lose my cookies, but they were fine, but I was not. That's all no story too. But single moms that are upset or envious over your friends that have husbands, I know I have some friends that have some fantastic husbands, some husbands that are very supportive, sweet, wonderful, do great things for them. I also know people that are married to men that are good some days and bad other days, and I've got some that are good more days and some that are good not at all, hardly ever, and maybe Mother's Day the only day that they actually act like they care. Which would you rather have? You know, then I have friends that are married to complete jackasses 24/7, that no matter what they do, that husband of theirs is always going to condemn what they do, pick on them, be mean to them, do nothing for them that's nice. So single moms, it is hard being a single parent. I know, because I do it every day. I don't love it. It's not what I want. It's not what I envisioned to have in my life, but it is where I'm at. And compared to what my options would be if I were married to a jackass, something had in my head there. If I was married like that, I don't want that just so I can have a Mother's Day. And I tell you, it gets better though when your kids are older, because they do get Mother's Day, and my kids were so sweet. Yesterday they picked me out. They made some little things at school, and Anderson, they both brought home little poems they wrote, but Anderson wrote one that's a whole nother story too, but he made a little coupon book at school for me, and one of the coupons was 1 hour of silence. And when I tell you that he was like, Mom, you're not going to believe this. You're not going to even believe what I'm giving you for Mother's Day. And he says, you need to open it now because I can't even believe it. So he made me open it in the car after I picked him up on Friday, and there it was. He says, that's an hour of silence, Mom. I can't believe I'm going to have to give you an hour of silence. It's hysterical. That boy is such a mess. But they get it. My sister's a great mom. That's not what I was going with that. Eva bought me some Mother's Day presents when she was with her dad the last time. Her new stepmom, a bonus mom. I don't like the word stepmom because Cinderella's really ruined that for a lot of people. But her bonus mom took her shopping to buy me some things for Mother's Day, and Eva was so proud, and it was really, really sweet, and it really meant a lot to me. So yeah, it gets better as the kids get older, single moms. So just remember, the best thing I think I've heard about social media, and I love social media for what it's worth. It's great for businesses. It's great for keeping up with family and friends, and as long as you keep your perspective. What you are looking at on Facebook is most likely somebody's highlight reel. I saw that posted before. Do not compare your life to somebody's highlight reel. So while you're looking at their fabulous vacation pictures, their brand new car, their beautiful big house, you don't know what else is going on in their lives. They may have a sick grandparent, a sick parent, sick child. They may be in a terrible relationship. They may have just lost their job. They may be, just took on a new job, took on 3 more jobs. You don't know their struggle. So when you're looking at that, just remember, you don't know what's going on. And if you can't stand to look at them, please, people, know there is a hide button. You don't have to unfriend somebody on Facebook to stop following them. You can go in there to stop notifications and stop seeing them come through your posts. So you don't have to unfriend anybody. So you don't have to have that awkward moment where you unfriend them and then they find out later you unfriend them and you have to deal with that. You can just make it where it doesn't show up in your feed. It is a beautiful thing, and I haven't used it a lot. So remember that, y'all. Have a great week. I need to really get busy now, get some work done. This video is now turned into 10 minutes plus, so I'm going to shut up. So I love y'all. Have a great day. Bye.